After starting off the season with an unfortunate Week 1 loss, we are looking to pick up our first win in Week 2. Our opponent is the Wolverhampton Weaviles, coached by Just Weavile. This week we fight a pretty interesting Rain team with Politoed to set up Rain for Palafin, which means it will hit incredibly hard. Thundurus will also be able to abuse the Rain if it wants to, running Thunder and Weather Ball for my Rotom Heat. Though Just Weavile doesn't need Rain to have a threatening squad, Pokemon like Iron Moth can very easily sweep with a Booster Energy Speed set, or just Wall Break with incredible coverage. Corviknight, Florges, and Palossand form a pretty durable defensive core, and Pokemon like Espeon and Virizion can be threatening setup sweepers as well. Then there is Kamala, Fracture, and Mightyena. Anyways, starting off with our build, I noticed our opponent has a very big amount of special attackers, but not many physical breakers. So in order to exploit this, we have our dedicated lead Uxie with Calm Mind, Stored Power, and Thunderbolt, which hits everything at least neutrally. Encore is the final move, and it is there to enable setup a lot easier on Pokemon like Palossand setting up rocks, or Corviknight going up for Roost. In some of my mocks this week, I just 6-0'd off lead with this set, so let's hope that can happen in the actual game. Uxie's role is not to win though, it's here to force my opponent to expend resources on Uxie so our actual win Calm Sinistcha can win. Very similar set to Uxie in the sense, when it gets going, it will be very hard to break through. Citrus Berry allows us to take hits from Iron Moth once we Calm Minded up, meaning we should be able to beat it 1v1. Strength Sap will allow us to set up on Pokemon like Corviknight or even the Palafin. Between these two, Sinistcha and Uxie, hopefully one of them can run away with the game. Choice Specs Keldeo is great at clicking buttons here, especially if we can force the Florges to Terra, as that is its only switch into it. Specs Hydro Plant is somewhat unguardable unless it's a Spadef Florges set, but if it is, and if it Terras, Secret Sword will get the job done. Next up, we have Scarf Meowscarada for some speed control. I was very scared of Booster Energy Speed on Iron Moth, so having this means I'll have a reliable way to check it. Another valuable thing it provides is it should force in Corviknight, which I can U-turn on and give Uxie or Sinistcha a setup opportunity. Then there's Iron Treads, and this set is mainly here to get up rocks, go down to our Focus Sash, endeavor something, and die the turn after. Super straightforward set. I'm not expecting much from Great Tusk this week. Rotom Heat is here holding the Citrus Berry, and it will be our defensive answer to Iron Moth, just to ensure it will never get out of hand. Palossand is the only rocker, so boots didn't feel super necessary here, and Light Screen is a nice touch to enable setup easier since most of the team is specially offensive. I am super confident going into this game. I feel like we have a very solid game plan, and as long as I don't misplay it, we should be in a good position to pick up our first win. He's actually brought the Mightyena, bro. I am what? Yo, I was not expecting Mightyena to show up at all. I'm not gonna lie, that is completely caught me off guard 100%. I think we're still going to lead off with our Uxie, and we're going to see what we're able to do, but that Mightyena being there actually just caught me completely off guard. No, let's just see what he leads off with. He does lead off with All Might, the Palafin. Okay, so the good thing here is I can scout if this thing is going to go for Flip Turn, if this thing is banded. I don't really have a way to punish the Mightyena coming in, like Thunderbolt realistically does almost no damage at all. What I could do is I could always go Keldeo on the Mightyena when it comes in and just sort of like go from there. I think we're gonna go for a Calm Mind anyways. Let's see. They do go for the Flip Turn. Let's see how much this does. 354 down to 293. Noctis is the, oh, okay, they're gonna go out into this thing. Okay, this kind of works out for me because it means I can get another Calm Mind, so I'm okay with that. That doesn't seem to be Adamant Banded Palafin though. I don't think that's Adamant Banded Palafin. That seems to be non-banded, so it means that Uxie can take hits from it a little bit better. It can take hits a little bit better. Now, I could either just go for a Calm Mind or go for a Thunderbolt, because if it U-turns and I go for another Calm Mind, I will be kind of weak. So I'd rather just be able to get damage off on this thing right now, and that way I can also scout, like, we're dealing with a more Fizdef, more Spadef, we'll see what we're able to do. If it wants to go for anything like Roost, or if it wants to go for like Bulk Up, I can go ahead and just Encore it. So we're gonna go ahead and fire off a Thunderbolt here. Should do about 50% if it's just max HP. Yeah, that seems to be just max HP here, and they are gonna go for the U-turn. Okay, so they probably bring in the Mightyena now. LMAO is probably the Mightyena, right? Yeah, there we are. Okay, now I don't know what this thing is. Let's see if it's banded. 52 Adamant. Choice Band Crunch. Does it kill from the amount of HP I'm at? It does 240 max, so it doesn't even kill me. So I guess I'm gonna go for the Thunderbolt. They are gonna go for a Crunch. Let's see if this is banded or not. That does not even seem to be banded, so that's pretty PogChamp. That does not seem to be banded at all. What I could do is I could go Keldeo, and I I could go 137. Another one won't kill me, but I think I can go Keldeo and I can just like either fire off like a Specs flip turn. I don't know why I put Specs in front of flip turn because it won't take that into account. Or I can go for like a fucking yeah, they're just gonna go for a crunch again. Okay, so I eat that, right? Yeah, I absolutely eat that. We get the justified boost. Maybe that scares them a little bit into thinking that we might be physical, but I think the Florges might end up coming in here, and I might just want to go for a Hydro Pump and just do damage. I might just want to go for a Hydro Pump. And I can always go, like, Rotom if they go into Florges. If they Calm Mind, I can go Uxie Encore it. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and click Hydro Pump. Let's get some damage on this Florges. Obviously going to be the Florges. And we do land the Hydro. Okay, how much does this do? 45-ish%, not leftovers either. Okay, so we're actually looking at like a Spadef Florges from what I can tell. We're actually looking at like a Spadef Florges. Could use this opportunity to get up rocks. I guess let's go ahead and do that. They might just, either they might just like Moonblast, they might Synthesis or something. So let's see. They just throw up a Wish in the air. Okay. They're probably going to go Corviknight if I had to guess. They might go Corviknight, Palossand, or they could potentially stay in. I doubt they'd want to stay in though. So I can either get up my rocks here on the incoming Corviknight. If anything, it will force the Corviknight to defog. So let's go ahead and get up rocks. I think they're just going to go into Corviknight. If anything, it'll force it to defog, and then I can go out into our Rotom, and we can try to put on offensive pressure that way. Yeah, here's the Corviknight. Here is the Corviknight. I don't have any way, or is it leftovers, or it's probably going to be Rocky. Yeah, it's probably going to be like Rocky Helmet. So if I think they are going to defog, the Mightyena being there is just annoying. I'm gonna go out into Uxie. We can maybe encore this guy into defog, but the Mightyena being here is just kind of annoying. Mightyena being here is kind of annoying because it means Uxie can't do its thing. Yeah, so they just go ahead and defog. That was to be expected. I assume they're just gonna try to U-turn. They might go hard Mightyena, but I think my play regardless will be to go for an encore. We get a little bit more leftovers back as well, so we'll be in a pretty decent spot. Let's go for encore here. Let's encore this thing into defog. Or let's see if they like hard switch out. Let's see what they decide to do. Now they decide to stay in. Okay, so we can encore them into defog. And now I can go for 2 Thunderbolts. Or I can like either that or I can take advantage of them going out into Mightyena. And I can go out into Keldeo and we can click a button again. This time we can click like Spec Surf. 2 Thunderbolts should kill it. So I'm going to go ahead and Thunderbolt. I think they just go hard into Mightyena, and if we can go for 2 Thunderbolts and pick up the KO, then I think that's worth it. How much HP? It's probably actually not going to pick up the KO. This thing is probably like max HP or something. Looks to be like max HP or something. If I had rocks up still, so this is about 30%, so I can never kill it from here. I don't want to take any more damage on Keldeo because I would like to live a Jet Punch. The truth is, guys, I put about 0 prep into Mightyena, so they might go for like Play Rough, expecting me to switch. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I think Uxie can still be a value. I can set up on something like the Palossand if it goes for rocks. I can lock the Florges into Wish and do it that way. So let's see. They do this, just go for the crunch. Okay, that works out for us pretty well. We can the defense drop. Defense drop is a little bit annoying, but we are scarfed and we are just gonna go for a knockoff. We're gonna knock off the helmet off of Corviknight, which I think is worth it because that means we can then go ahead and click Triple Axle if we need to later in the game. So since the Palafin isn't banded, I think we can still live a Jet Punch even after this Rocky Helmet hit. Yeah, that did decent damage. 184. Yeah, we definitely live. We definitely live a hit from Palafin from there. We can go into Rotom, I guess. We can just go back out into Rotom. If I had Volt Switch, that would be really, really nice for this game, but we don't, so it's not the end of the world, I guess. They are just going to go for U-turn. Okay, so this is going to bring in Palafin. That is going to suck. Oh, he tripped me. That is going to suck a little bit because it's kind of going to force me to go into Sinistcha early once, and I don't love that, but it is what it is. I know they're going to go for U-turn, for flip turn. I can't afford to do anything about it, though. I could go Keldeo. As a flip turn, they're probably going to go into Florges. I can flip turn myself because they would probably Wish, and I can flip turn into Uxie. I think that's a decent line of play. I'm pretty sure I can live a hit from Palafin, even if it goes for a wave crash, just because it isn't banded. just because it isn't banded. So they just go for a jet punch, actually. 257 down to 155. So it appears I was incorrect. They are actually banded, but they are jolly banded. So I don't expect them to stay in here. I'm going to go ahead and flip turn myself. If they do decide to stay in, I can pivot into Sinistcha once. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, so they are going to go ahead and switch out probably into Florges. Yeah, here comes the Florges. This is absolutely fine. This is absolutely flying. Flip turn. That does a decent chunk of damage, actually. They are Citrus Berry. Okay, so Just Weavile's been watching my videos. I am a huge fan of that. I'm a huge fan of that. Citrus Berry is the goated item. That's why we have 2 on the team this week, actually. That is, in fact, why we have 2. But we can go Yuxi. We'll get a bit more leftovers. We're going to go for the Calm Mind, and we're going to go from there. Calm Mind, let's see what the Yuxi wants to do. If it goes for a Wish, you best believe I'm encoring it. Even though it might... Does this thing get Baton Pass? I think it might get Baton Pass, actually. Yeah, so they just go for the Baton Pass. That's okay, because nothing that comes in now can Oko me. I'm faster than the Mighty Anna. I can Thunderbolt and kill it. If the Palisade wants to come out, that's food for my Yuxi. They're going to go into LMAO, which is the Mighty Anna. Now, the only thing that would kind of suck is if they have Sucker Punch, which they probably will. But they've seen that I've switched out on it a couple of times, so we're going to go for the Thunderbolt. No Sucker Punch. It probably will have Sucker Punch because, like, why not? But no Sucker Punch. No. Was it a speed tie, or was I just not faster before and I just misremembered it? That is very possible. It's very possible that I just misremembered it altogether. But I'm pretty sure I outsped it, right? They can only really go out into their Palafin here, to be honest. That's the only thing that can really go out into, yeah. Yuxi, so Jolly Banded, Jet Punch does not kill me. I also don't want to go Sinistcha hard in case they do flip turn. And even Wave Crash still does a decent chunk of damage. So I think I'm okay with sacking this guy for now. I think I'm okay with sacking Uxie for now. What does more at +1/+1? Thunderbolt always does more. So I think I'm okay with that. They are going to flip turn. Okay, do they go out into... Yeah, I knew I could live that. Do they go out into... They kind of have to go out into Iron Moth now, to be honest. Because anything else... actually, they could go Palisand. And if they go Palisand, they can go ahead and kill me. So that would suck a little bit, but... They're just going to opt to go back out into this guy. Okay, Lilymon is in. Well, we can go for Stored Power. And if they go for Wish, I can Encore them into Wish, and we can just kind of keep on going to town. We can kind of just keep on keeping on. So let's go for a Stored Power. Let's see what they decide to do. Do they just decide to kill me? No, they just decide to Baton Pass. Okay, they might Baton Pass out into Palafin, I assume. It's probably the safest bet here. Yeah, back out into All Might. All right. They will probably flip turn, but I think it's time that I just let this thing die. I think it's time I just let the Yuxi die. Yeah, we got rid of the Mighty Anna, which was a decent stop to our Sinistcha anyways. So I think Yuxi basically has done what it needed to do. So we're going to go for a Thunderbolt here. And let's just see them click flip turn. No, they just go for the Jet Punch, actually. Okay. This is actually perfectly fine with me. Now, I could just go Sinistcha right now and try to go for the game. Because I can Calm Mind on the incoming Iron Moth, and depending on the set it is, with the Citrus Berry, it won't be able to 2-hit KO me. Never mind, I can't click Specs Secret Sword because they have a Palisand, so we're just gonna go out into our Sinistcha, and I think we can go ahead and Calm Mind. We either Calm Mind or we pull a double. I think I am going to Calm Mind here. I think we are going to Calm Mind. Let's see. I assume they just go hard into Iron Moth. I assume that's what they're going to do. Noctis. No, they're going to go out into Corviknight. Okay. That's actually pretty fine with me. Because I can get to +2 now. And I have a Citrus Berry. So when the Iron Moth comes in, I'll be at +2 and it won't really be able to do that much damage to me. So we're just going to go ahead and Calm Mind again. Let's see what they do. They probably do just U-turn. They probably do just U-turn. No, they're going to Brave Bird. That did a lot of damage. That did way more damage than I wanted to. But the good news with this is, obviously, we get the Citrus Berry, which is cool, right? Not the best use of the Citrus Berry, but I can go for a Strength Sap now. I can go for a strength sap, and we can heal up on this Corviknight, and we can start going to town a little bit. So let's see. This strength sap should get us back to full, right? Let's see if they just decide to U-turn. Yeah, that gets us back to full. They're just going to Brave Bird again. Okay. Now we are going to strength sap once again. Put us up to like max HP. And the Brave Birds from there are going to do very, very little damage. So we can just keep on going for Shadow Ball. Let's see if they decide to go for the U-turn this turn. They're gonna go for a Roost. Okay, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this trade. Your Brave Birds are gonna do like very little damage, so I can just go for another Calm Mind, right? Because Palafin then comes in. Even if it wants to Ice Punch me, I Matcha Gotcha and I get all my HP back as long as I hit. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and Calm Mind again. This time, this way, if he U-turns out into Iron Moth, we'll be at +3, and Iron Moth is gonna have a hard time breaking through us. Iron Moth is gonna have a really hard time breaking through us. So let's see if they U-turn. They do U-turn now. That does next to no damage, and let's see what their play is. They're gonna go out to Florges. I mean, sure. Is it even worth me going for another Calm Mind? I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna go for a Shadow Ball. I could go for another. Oh, they're gonna Terra. Okay, they're gonna Terra into a Fire type. I don't know if it's gonna matter because I'm +3/+3. So I think I might just kill the Florges here. It did look to be Spadef, so maybe not. But even Terra Blast is going to do jack shit because I am heat proof and I'm at +3. That does just pick up the KO. Okay, perfect. If Palafin comes in now, it might flip turn. We just have to like Matcha Gotcha. They're going to go into Mothra, but I'm +3. Let's see if this is any. No, it might just be if you're max special attack, with no booster, inactive. You're doing like 28% to me. So I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball. They're going to go for Fiery Dance. Okay, this is actually going to do less than Sludge Wave because of Heat Proof. So that's pretty okay. They do get the special attack drop, which obviously is going to suck a little bit. But yeah, that's okay. I can just go for another one. Fiery Dance again. Did that crit or did it just put me down? No. Okay. So I believe Palafin will be able to revenge kill me from here, but we do have a Meowscarada that might be able to just click Flower Trick a couple of times and win the game. Let's see. If he locks himself into Jet Punch, what does he have left? He has a Corviknight left still as well. If he clicks Jet Punch, obviously he never kills me. If he clicks Wave Crash, he's obviously always going to kill me. Actually, not always. There's a very good chance that I live even a Wave Crash. I just don't know about Ice Punch. Ice Punch, I mean, obviously I won't live Ice Punch, right? Yeah, I won't live Ice Punch, but I still think it's worth going for Matcha Gotcha. Let's see what they click. Let's see what they click. Okay, they do have the Ice Punch. That does suck a little bit. That does suck a little bit just because of it takes down my Sinistcha, obviously. Our two main win cons are gone, but I think we've done enough damage so where we should be able to potentially clean up this game. That Fiery Dance really did suck. It was a 50%. I know it's a 50% chance, but it still did suck nonetheless. So yeah, we go Rotom Heat. We go Rotom Heat and we click Overheat. I can go Rotom Heat and I can click Overheat. That's what we're gonna do. Because even if the Palisand wants to come in, it should take a hefty chunk of damage from it. Skeggy is the Palisand. How much is this going to do? Around 50. Oh yeah, that did the 50. That did the 50 we are looking for. And it's also Citrus Berry. Dude, Just Weavile has been watching my videos. I appreciate that. Just to minimize any damage this thing might go for. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Let's see what it wants to do. I think it might just like go for Shore Up. It just gets up rocks actually. Okay. I guess that's fine. We have our light screen up now, so I'm gonna go out into Keldeo, I think. I think we can go out into Keldeo. We can click Spec Surf. He is gonna withdraw. Okay, does he just go Corviknight? Yeah, he does. He is just going to go Corviknight. How much HP are you at? You're basically at full. You are basically at full HP. So I think we flip turn. I think we flip turn because they might just Brave Bird and just try to get rid of my Keldeo. Or they could obviously slow U-turn. But in that case, we go ahead and we sack the Rotom. So let's see. Flip turn. Let's see what they click. Let's go Rotom Heat. Let's see if they Brave Bird or if they U-turn. Let's see if they Brave Bird or if they U-turn. They do just U-turn. Okay. So I can sack my Iron Treads to the Palafin. I think Keldeo is the way we win the game. So I'm actually gonna sack my Iron Treads. Iron Treads isn't going to do anything in this end game. Like, two of the things that he has completely wall me, and then this thing obviously can just go ahead and Jet Punch me. So we'll sack that. Assume we're just gonna see a Jet Punch. Yeah, Jet Punch. And it should kill my Iron Treads. Yes, it does. Okay. I think I'm going to go Keldeo. I think I need to go Keldeo because Keldeo can't, it can't Oko Palafin with Secret Sword. It can't Oko Palafin. I think, actually, clicking Surf might be a better play here. Clicking Surf might be a better play here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and click Surf. We should put this then in range. Should do like 36 to 40. They do just go for the Jet Punch. I knew I could live that always. And we go for Surf. Light Screen wears off. They are obviously going to go for another Jet Punch. But I think that's fine. Because we can then go... actually, I think we lose. Fuck. Did I misplay this? I felt like I had such a good matchup. Where did I misplay this? I mean, the Mighty Anna definitely was a big problem. Banded Palafin, obviously, always a big problem. Because all he has to do is keep Palafin alive, and... all he has to do is keep Palafin alive and he wins. Because I'm in range, like Meowscarada, even as a grass type, after another round of rocks, I'm in range of Jet Punch. So I think I just lose. I don't think there's much I can do here. The only way I win is if he stays in here and I can kill the Palafin. But there's absolutely no reason for him to do that. But then even if I U-turn and then I go Rotom Heat, he sacks off one thing, goes into Corviknight. I don't know. I think this is my only play. I think my only play is to click U-turn anyways. I could have, like, the Corviknight is just too healthy for me to click Triple Axle on it twice. It's just too healthy. It is just too healthy. Basically, my only hope is that I can live a Jet Punch with Meowscarada, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to do. I mean, I'm going to be in range. It's just going to depend, like, on rolls, I guess. So we are going to get the Citrus back, which I guess is going to help us somehow. But now, all he needs to do is sack his Palossand. All he needs to do is sack his Palossand, go into Palafin, and he wins the game. So there's nothing we can do. I definitely misplayed this. I 100%, somewhere along the line, I misplayed this. And that's super unfortunate because I felt like I had such a good matchup with, like, Calm Mind Sinistcha kind of just clicked buttons, and I don't know where I misplayed it. Maybe I jumped the gun on it a little bit, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunate. I don't know exactly where I went wrong, but I definitely went wrong somewhere. I'm gonna need y'all to tell me down below where I messed up. Yeah, I kind of, like, what really messed me up was him bringing Mighty Anna. That's what really messed me up. I did not expect Mighty Anna to come out at all. I did not expect Mighty Anna to come out at all. So that's what really screwed me. We're just gonna go for a Discharge. He's obviously gonna click Jet Punch twice and probably kill me. I mean, we can get this down to a 1-0 if we really want to. I don't even know if it's gonna matter because I think I might just die. I think I might just die to a Jet Punch anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, we are in range of Jet Punch. So GG's to Just Weavile. I don't know where I messed up, but I definitely messed up somewhere. I need to watch that back and try to figure out where I messed up. Mighty Anna, him bringing it really put a dent into my plan of leading off with Yuxi. Sinistcha, maybe I jumped the gun a little bit, but I don't know. Maybe I did jump the gun a little bit with Yuxi and with Sinistcha. I don't know. We're gonna have to watch it back, but hopefully you guys enjoy the battle. We need to bounce back. That's 2 losses, and we can't afford any more losses.